man, not Demolition. Well, nah, actually, with both of the movies, they showed you how they could actually erase your whole identity and make it like you never existed in this world. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, why this fucking show? It's the advance to a whole nother level. You gotta watch it. It's gonna enlighten you, but at the same time, you like, oh man, I'm really not looking forward to this.
It's fictional or true?
It's supposed to be fictional.
But
supposed to
like
be
anything else.
But okay, so when I'm watching it, the things that click in my mind is the things we've been talking about on the show for like the last 3 weeks. Is technology advancing and how the government actually does you. Bruh, they got this shit advancing on this show to the point where they got technology so advanced, this shit is not fake. They taking these little, it's like a little dot, and they putting it on their head. It'll transport you into a video game.
Can I ask you something?
It'll transport you like anywhere.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Do you be drinking when you watch this show?
No.
Do you be smoking when you watch this show?
Yeah, I do.
You do be smoking
when you
definitely.
watch this show. No, you got to watch it, though.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Okay, I don't want to hear no more. I'm going to check it out.
It's one of them things that it stress you out so much.
You got to check it out now.
It stress you out.
You got to check it out.
I'm telling you.
You got to check it out.
There's no way that one episode I watched, right?
Okay, we don't talk about it no more. We ain't gonna talk about it no more. All right. We ain't gonna talk about it no more.
When I say I ain't never seen nothing that, it shocked me.
Okay, all right. Black Mirror, y'all check it out. Black Mirror.
Hold
on. I am. Hold on. I think we all the technical difficulties is fixed. Is that Mr. Toombs in the building?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, ladies and gentlemen. I guess made it. Mike Toombs, Tombstone Studios.
Welcome.
Man, welcome to the show, man. I've been meaning to get you on here for the longest.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We over the years, your name has just been ringing bells. And when I went over to the studio, I was like, well, damn. Okay. This guy over here is pretty professional doing his thing, man. Are you from Cincinnati?
No, originally I'm from New York. I came here to go to UC back in the day. Yeah.
Okay, that's
how long you been here?
I went to UC like in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So I've been here for a minute. Then I was here for a minute. I went to school for a while, and I went back to New York for a few years, and I came back, and I've been here ever since.
Okay, so what did do you produce too? Because I always thought straight up I was a producer.
That's what my thing was. I was like, I know him.
I'm mainly engineer, but I produce on the side of like saying the direction of a song. Like some songs you might not have a hook, and I'll build a hook out of something, or I might change the beat or give you a suggestion on how to do the song a certain way.
But I swear that's how I met you, like during the Mad Frog phase. I swear I met you as being a producer back then. Like that was way back. You know what I mean? But still.
But I'm mainly engineer, but I do produce on that side. I don't produce in a traditional sense, like, making a beat or whatever the case may be. Right. I might take your beat apart and change the drums in it, or take the piano out and add a different sound. Like
that's
I might
producing,
do that,
bro.
But I don't actually.
That's what's up.
I get production credit, but I'm mainly engineer though. I do all of that like post engineering.
Okay. So in New York, what part of New York you say you was from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. So how was it growing up in Brooklyn, and what was the connection to the music?
I mean, like back in the day, my father was a DJ, and I used to always just fuck with his equipment. And I got my ass whooped a few times fucking with his shit, but it never really stopped me. So since young, I always like fucking with shit. And then I got older. I actually rapped for a while, and that's how I really got into engineering. I built my template and like how good my shit sound. Like if you come to my studio and you get in the booth, it sounds pretty good like instantly. I build that really around me because I hated going to the studio and then getting in there and it didn't really sound too good. Like, so I got it set up to the point that when you get in there and you put on the headphones, you're like, damn, I sound like I'm almost to the goal already. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
But I really
swear, but what?
around
Didn't you
me.
used to do the open mics back in the day?
Nah, no.
You didn't.
I used to be at them though.
That's how I met you. I was
Uh,
thinking like you might have been an artist back then, but I really majority knew you from being a producer and people telling me you was a producer because they had you up there, like up there.
What was your major in school?
computer science. When I went to UC, I went to
All right, let's
computer
give a
science.
round of applause for computer science.
I quit that
Computer
shit.
guys, computer dudes. Yes,
Why
you
I
know
quit
what I'm
that
talking
shit?
about? You should have stayed with it. You should have stayed with it. Should have stayed with it.
That was my first major. I quit that shit.
I mean, look at you now. Look at you now.
Hey,
Look
fuck
at
you,
you now.
Grizz. That shit was
Yeah,
having me
lie.
think too hard. I was like, all right, ain't trying to think this deep. Like,
Hey, but
That shit crazy.
yeah.
no, I do. It make a lot of sense though.
Wow. So your transition into school, so you got into engineering when you went to college here?
Actually, I dabbled with it back home, and when I came here, I had a dude that I met. He was from New York as well, like New York / Florida, and he had a studio here, and he was my engineer at the time, but he would leave me in there to work, like just like you know how to do this shit yourself. So go in there and do, you know what I mean? You could record, do what you want, just make sure you clean up. So that's why I really started really diving into the engineering because I really had time to sit down and fuck around, and I had somebody to point me in the right directions of certain things and so on and so forth.
So
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, now being transitioning into an engineer and staying here in Cincinnati, and you've been on the music scene for so long, you understand the politics about it. What's been the feel? And I know what it is for real. I think I already know the answer because I've heard you when you do the 411 when y'all do the music. I've heard you critique, and not from now that I'm listening to you. Not it wasn't from a producer sound, a producer.
perspective.
Yeah, thank you. Good word. Perspective.
Jeez, oh peace.
Whatever, nigga. I'm high.
Talk about me.
So now I understand, like, okay, yeah, he's really talking about separate tracks and vocals. And I read something the other day when you talk. What was it? You want the voice to be above the snare, or it was something.
Yeah, if
Man,
you're
same
looking for place your vocals like in a mix, it should be in between the bass and the snare. And those are like usually the two loudest things on the track.
So, do you tell a producer that, or do you tell a rapper that?
That's more or less on like engineering and stuff. Like
I
if
must
somebody
say
got like
both,
something to
kinda.
mix and they looking to like mix it and they usually you're trying to sit your vocals in. Some people sit their vocals in front of the mix. Some people sit it in. Some put it a little bit behind. It just depends on like your taste of mixing. But usually, that was just a quick pointer. Like if you struggling on where to place it in between the snare and the bass.
Right.
But then at the same time, it goes on the artist and the producer. Because first of all, if I'm an artist coming to your studio and I don't know no better, and half of these artists, like Cincinnati base wise, they don't know no better. It's up to the producer to kind of gear them in that direction. But neither are kind of in that place where they can recognize that. Because I'm not, if I was a producer, I would not send my music out not knowing where everything is supposed to be. That's what Bruno used to be talking about all the time. He'd be like, you haven't had your music mixed properly, basically.
And that's what we was going through when we was doing our music.
Like you gotta know how it's supposed to be mixed as the artist too.
Even now,
the producer shouldn't have to always tell you that.
Even now,
this is what I usually tell people. Like, I'm like, what are you listening to? And then, like, if they listen like an industry person and they like how that sound, I use that as a reference.
Say that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So on the producer side and the engineer side, now producers always going through it about getting paid. Always about you hear the thing about the leasing the tracks, all of this good stuff. How does the engineer being in Cincinnati? How does that play out, man? Because people crying about paying for beats. So you can imagine if you taking your craft serious like you doing, I can only imagine the flack that you would receive when it comes to engineering.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people that's new, they get that. Like, and being that I've been doing it for a while, I got people that like they book the same time every week for months. So they already know, like, there's certain people that know, like, yo, I'm gonna get in, and they know how the work's gonna turn out. And some people that don't, those are the people that always like trying to, yo, you got any deals or you blah 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 blah. But if you go outside of the city and you the same work I'm giving you here, you're gonna pay more anywhere else.
So that's my next thing. Do you work outside of the city? Do you have music shipped in? You have any major folks you done that?
I mean, I've recorded people like I recorded Doug when he was here. I recorded Future back in the what was his first joint? Tony Montana or some shit? Back then I recorded him.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on. Did you do that Doug and Butter?
Yeah, I recorded that.
Oh my gosh! Hey man.
Hey, shut up.
Hey man, that's on my playlist. And it sound good too, bro. And I just started saying it. It's just funny that you said that because I just not too long got finished listening to that, and I ride to that because I used to think
they
that
be doing work in the city though.
I thought used to think that I used to like, man, that Thug, man, yada 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 yada, but he got a cadence. And man, when he threw that butter in there, I'm playing with the butter. I said, God dang.
You might be want to listen to it.
That mug on replay every time. So and the music does sound crisp and hit. It sounds good in my truck, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the type of stuff that you wanted that keep you coming back to hit that. And not only it's a combination of all three. It's a combination of the beat, the artist, and the engineer who made it perfectly to your ears where you can hear. And I be in the studio. I've been in the studio a lot. So the different sounds that they use, and to be able to have an engineer bring that up just to hear, or like you said, man, that's amazing. Let's give an engineer a round of applause for, because I got to put in a lot of hours.
I'm just like,
as far as
we got some great
music.
Talent.
So how long will it take you to engineer? Do you do a whole project, or do you just do tracks at a time?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a project for this dude named Kosa, this from the city right now. I think his project like 14 songs. I got like 3 left to finish it up. But yeah, I do projects, I do singles, I do it all pretty much as far as the mixing side. I actually did this record for this girl. She's out of where is she out of Sacramento? Yeah, she out of Sacramento. She just released a song. It's getting a little traction. The people behind her just reached out to me and said that they needed a clean version for it, and the girl Sweetie was wanted to hop on the record. So we're gonna see how that turned out.
Oh, that's what's up. Good round of applause for that. That's what's up. Have you done any work with Skylar?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I recorded Skylar a lot when she first started out, and now more or less I'll be like, she'll send me records and stuff that she might want me to mix. Like I had got I don't know if y'all heard that Skylar and Dej Love. She had sent that to me at first to touch up, but it was a problem with the beat, so I think she ended up getting somebody else to do it. But yeah, I work with Skylar.
Yeah.
So have you worked with Lantana?
Yeah, I worked with Lantana before. I usually work with Lantana more or less on features. He'll come through the studio a lot of times when he's doing features with people that like to record with me.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That. So yeah,
you
definitely need to respect your ear, man, and what you bring to the game as far as engineering. I got a quick question though, man. Drizzle said it couldn't be done, man, but you seem to know what you're talking about, and you might be able to give me some leeway, or like, nah, Drizzle was right, man. Ain't shit you can do. But I never used the engineer when I was ghetto doing my CEO hits compilation, and I sold a lot with that. With everybody, I had everybody in the city on that, and I play it now, and people want it. I got orders for it. I'm putting it on the flash drive, and I want to get it mixed. But Drizzle was like, "Man, you don't have no track. Every track got to be tracked out and blah 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 blah." He was just shooting it down. He was just shooting me down, man. He was shooting me down. Like,
I mean, but that's Drizzle. That's his position. He be hard on people because he want perfection.
okay, but let me answer the question. What'd he say?
I said, what do you have of it? Just the songs?
Yeah, they all on the disc, and
You ain't got no session files or nothing like that. No.
man,
That's what Drizzle's talking about.
I know that's what he's talking about, but I was thinking maybe the Superman might be able to Superman that hoe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get around
like he
it.
could fix it.
Yeah, like he might be able to just load the whole thing up and track it as one big thing, was one big continuous track, and go in there and see.
It wasn't for the shit.
Yeah, it wasn't for the shit. I'm sorry.
The best way to do that is if you have the files, man. That way you could,
The original
you could
files.
put attention just to the vocals and put attention to just the beat. Even if the beat wasn't tracked out, like it was just the beat on one track and the vocals on another track. At least if it's separated, I could EQ the vocals and make that sound a certain way and not affect the beat. Being that they all together, anything I do to the beat is gonna affect the vocals or vice versa. So it's like you really can't do much. Like I can make it a little louder and a little cleaner, but it ain't gonna be like you paying me to actually mix a song where I have everything that I need to do to mix it.
Okay, well, that's fine. You just said some stuff that Drizzle didn't say.
But that's what he.
Drizzle didn't say that.
But you said you used to be a producer. Like,
no, I said I used to be in there with the producers. I never said I
ain't got
produced.
time for him.
No, you don't. You disrespecting.
Grizz on his bullshit. Can I get it?
No, you on some other shit.
I know Grizz.
But anyway, like I was saying, you did say some magic words that I might have to slide it to you and see if you can make it a little louder or do what you can with it. I know they can't work no miracles, man, but what you drink on?
Usually it matched my complexion, but sometimes I go tequila.
Okay, whatever's going to get you to get the job done the right way. We can put you on there as a credit as engineer, because ain't nobody never engineered this shit. And you can get a piece of the pie. We won't talk business. Yeah, we won't talk business on the phone. Anyway. But anyway, man, let's give you a round of applause for putting it down, man. With all the artists that you work with in the city, who you see out being out front? I just want to know now.
Or who was your favorite artist to work with? If you don't even see him.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say because it changes. It just depends on who's really on it, who's really pushing. Because that when they really on it or they pushing it, it motivates me. You know what I mean? I'd rather work with people that's actually trying to do something with their music versus somebody who's just making it to play for their friends.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So. But right now, I feel like who got motion? I feel like Scarlett got a lot of motion right now. I feel like she might have a situation in the next 60 days.
We're breezy.
3 months to 6 months. I see her probably signing a deal or having some kind of situation like that.
Wow, that's what's up.
I see Juicy 2 times like that too. Like everybody not paying her no attention, but
now they paying Juicy 2 times.
Shit.
They paying her.
She killing it.
Out of here for real.
You said what?
I feel like Juicy damn near out of here.
Right. Yeah, she is.
She working too on the R&B side. She definitely
Juicy
moving.
killing it.
Yeah, everybody know about Juicy 2
she
times.
Killing it.
Those 2 names is ringing back. That's what we said. And I got to give it up for the ladies in Cincinnati, man. Period.
My
the rappers and the R&B artists, they working. I love to see them girls working.
Cause Miss Meek done moved to Atlanta. Miss Meek down there killing it. Money hungry bitch. She down there killing it.
Don't call her that.
That's her name. That's what she go by.
Oh, I'm just playing with you.
I was like, hold on, bruh. Like, he an asshole. But shout out to Miss Meek too, cause she down there killing it. and she getting hella shows. I really predict big things for her too. A shout out to Vote for Real as on the mill aspect.
Oh yeah,
That's my
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I
He's
love him.
dope.
He is.
Yeah.
We doing it though, but how can anybody explain to me why we talking about Cincinnati artists? Can y'all sit here and tell me how Taylor Swift got a day over all my artists and entertainment friends within my city that been doing big things and they ain't even asking for nothing and they be giving back and everything?
What you mean? How you comparing Taylor Swift to?
I mean, she's not from here. I'm
she's
talking
doing
about.
a concert here.
Oh, okay. That's what you boiled it down to.
Point blank and period. She
That's a lot of
doing.
money.
Yeah, she doing what
So-
she doing with the Beehive and Beyonce
But
and
I
Jigga
still
can't
want
do.
Beyonce to have
I'm
a
just
date.
saying, she bigger than them.
Okay.
This, yeah. Little do you know, you said something
I
that
get
a lot
it.
of people don't know what goes on in
I mean, I
recording
get it.
here in Cincinnati, right? They can go down to EA Sports. All of that's been doing here. Shout out to Just Clay too, with the
Yeah.
EA Sports and scoring and the new CD he got out what they
Right.
doing. You know what I'm saying? He doing it. So a lot of people do not know. We used to go to a studio right down in Cincinnati where Benny Hannes used to be downtown. Do you remember that?
Oh, Benny Hannes.
The old
Yes.
Benny Hannes.
Yes.
There was a recording studio
You
up
know,
top.
you used to go upstairs on the elevator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be.
I never been to the
when I
studio, but I've
came
been
down
to the
here.
old
Yeah.
place.
So people don't know. She doesn't know, but I've been doing this for a long, long, long time. And that studio up there is the white folks that own that studio was off the chain. So you have all
Right.
types of rock stars, rappers come in and don't even announce that they here. But they
Of
drop
course.
they drop a verse
They just
here, come and go. A lot of that was going on when they did EA Sports. They do that here, Garfield Place, where they used to. I don't know if they still do or not, but Garfield Place. So a lot of people don't know about the history of Cincinnati when it comes to music.
Period.
Point
Hence
blank
why
and
we do
period.
what we do for real.
We
for real.
interviewed Uwe Collins, right?
That's
And one of the questions I was going to ask you too, that I asked him, was the politics of music in Cincinnati. With you being with Nella D, y'all get to see
everything.
everything as far as these artists go, man. The little bullshit, the professional stuff, the ones that are really working, the ones that ain't working. What was my question? I just asked you. Shit. I'm high again.
Slow. You know,
Politics.
Yes. Do you get
she's
ooh-wee?
peace.
Thank you. Yes. Do you get involved with the politics, or how do you play that?
I don't really
don't.
like the politics, but I know it's there.
He's
I know
above
it's
it.
there, like, you know what I mean. So
But
it's
he's
like
above it.
I try to get around it or not really be in front of it, but I feel like it's politics anywhere. And
Anywhere.
everywhere got different politics or very similar politics, but
Is it the same way back in Brooklyn?
it kind of, yeah, it's, depending on who you know and your popularity, it goes certain ways, just the same way. So
question, when did you tap into your music capabilities? Was it in Brooklyn or when you came here?
it was before I came here. I was like when I came here, I was more on the artist side. I fucked around a little bit just because I understood studio talk. Like, track 8, record, punch in, and so on. So I knew how to run a board almost. Because when I first started, I was on the big boards for real. So I knew how to run a board. And then I started learning the digital side from my boy when I met him here. That's when I started getting into the digital side. And once I did that, he just let me do what you know how to start running this shit. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Like,
How old were you when you moved here?
I came here and went to UC. I actually visited when I was in like my late teens, and then I left for a while and I came back. My mom was working at UC, and she wanted me to come here and live, so I ended up coming and went to UC for a while. Like, so that was like early 2000s. But I was here before that. Like, I think I visited like in '98 or some shit. I was young as shit.
That's what. So you done made Cincinnati your roots now, huh?
Yeah, it's my second home for sure.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Well, my
I
bad.
appreciate the fact that they're like him and Nella it's a well. I'm gonna start with them because we're talking to him. But like when him and Nella, and it's a whole bunch of people that really could have took the challenge to South Beach, but they didn't, and they grinding it out in their city, and they trying to make the city something. You know what I mean? They not giving up. Where nobody pays us no attention, they're at the end of the day, it's easy to be like, hey, nobody paying attention. I'm done with it. But they believe in the people and they believe in the culture and they're still fighting for it.
Well, if music is in you, if you're really serious about music and music is in you, you're gonna do it regardless. Like if you love it, like I do this, so I've been doing this in music and for years, and
I applaud you too.
I ain't, you know, I got accolades, but I do it for the love. I come in here every Wednesday for the love, like, you know what I'm saying.
Andrew,
so
I need a round of applause for everybody that's putting back into the community and the industry. You know?
See, that's what I say about. I ask everybody about making it. You know, what's the idea of making it? And I wouldn't ask you that because you doing your dreams of what you wanted to do already. So
sure.
I don't know is there another level or plateau that you want to get to?
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to get to a place where I'm more or less A&R music for like, you know, labels or so on and so forth. Like I wouldn't mind sitting in the A&R position.
But I thought but an A&R position ain't that old school?
No, I would love to do that.
But they don't do it like they used to do it.
They don't.
Back in the day. So
it's more like it's almost like work at home type shit now as far as the A&R position, but it still exists. It's still people connecting people are like, yo, you need to do a record with this. Oh, this guy just found blah, blah, blah. Getting them to put on, getting finder's fees and so on and so forth.
Well, it's easier to find artists. Like back then, they had to fly out to cities and just be like, or just randomly be somewhere and come across the artist. Now you got social media, so you just could see that on your feed. And you like, oh, I fuck with that. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to tell you like, hey, you might want to listen to this person a little more, pay more attention to them. But back then they had to like actually do the actual footwork.
Yeah. Now it's all instant. You just got to go through a bunch of footage or go through a bunch of music and, oh yeah, this fire. Like, oh, who's this?
That's what's up. So one more thing. Y'all do that every Wednesday.
Every
other Wednesday, right? But I got a question, man. Do y'all get people all over or majority just Ohio?
We've been getting a lot of people from Alabama for a minute. I know we had got some people from New York. A few of my people up there been sharing it, so we've been getting a couple people from New York. KY, but yeah, in Cincinnati, that's pretty much it. Occasionally, we get some people from Atlanta on there too, but lately the who been showing up has been in Alabama. They really been showing up as far as the out of timers.
I try and share it because it normally works like this. When I get finished with here, I go home and start doing my promoting and doing all, you know how the gang goes, start tiling stuff and sharing stuff and blah, 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 blah. And while I'm doing that, you and LED pop up, boom, and y'all live. So my object of the game is while I'm sharing my podcast, I'm going to share theirs, what they're doing with the music to all these different groups and so forth.
I'm trying to come to the same result at the end of the day.
And I'm trying to get everybody on that page. Everybody that's in Cincinnati that's doing parties, that's doing videos, that's doing music, that's producing.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't even got a day
restaurants. And if you on social media using that platform, everybody should take the time to share everybody's stuff. I do it regardless.
But I'm saying,
regardless whether somebody
y'all
do
ain't
it.
got no day though.
Huh?
Yeah.
And that's called creating our own little algorithm. So if I'm posting y'all stuff down in Atlanta networking or Chicago music group or this, that, and the third, hey, what's that?
We promoting our city.
Boom, boom.
It's not about each individual. It's about.
But nobody does that. What I'm
right
saying.
track.
But nobody else does that, and that's what I
do.
try to implement for folks. You know what I'm saying, to do. But I want to give y'all applause, man, because y'all picked up, and I ain't gonna say we always doing the same thing, but Uptown Radio. That's one of the things that they was doing. New Music Monday. Let's give Bruno a round of applause.
Thank you. I was about to say, where is Bruno?
Because
I love Bruno.
These platforms that we have, that y'all have, is like a learning experience for people, and to step their game up and to be polished. Because right now, with Skylar and two times
Juicy.
I like that, Juicy. 2 times Juicy. Say it again.
Juicy. I'm done.
Juicy. Hey, no, I'm sorry.
Cash me
Juicy.
Outside, y'all. Like,
Juicy. I'm stuck on stupid.
Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
But what I'm saying is, those folks is out here working. They bringing attention to the city, whether you realize it or not.
Santino. Shout out to Santino Corleone.
Oh, yo, that's another one who out here working.
It's a list of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy. We go back to that's my boy too.
Yeah, Jay Skills. Even though Jay Skills don't want to call nobody
Skills
back,
ain't hit me back.
And I'm gonna make a snippet of this, and I'm gonna tell his ass.
I was trying.
Just because you with the Afro Man,
I could hear
and you multi-talented and all this other stuff. Hey man, you better pick up their phone.
Jay's talented as fuck.
Boy, he off the chain. That's why I want to get him on the podcast.
And shout out to Young L.I. too, cause shout out to the whole BTS squad. They the whole squad was running through this motherfucker, and people was not paying them attention. Every year they was at the opening day
was at
for
BTS
the parade,
Studios,
the opening day
and a
for
couple
the
other
Reds.
people. The city got quality places to go record.
Facts.
Engineers. So
facts. Yeah.
Our city be doing big things.
I'm so proud of y'all. He too, man. He been doing this thing too, man. He definitely been doing.
Who's that?
Thing, man. Midwest Millie.
Okay, yeah. Give him a round of applause too.
For real. I love my artists. I love my city.
That's what's up. I guess Nicola had to get out. She's like, I ain't talking about no goddamn music, Grizz.
Nah, but Toombs, for real, in the future, continue to do what you're doing. Don't let nobody deter you from your whole personal goal, and even if people, jump on the bus so you could get off, but don't make them or let them make you not work towards the goal that you have in your mind.
I don't think that's
you're doing
in
the right
character.
Thing. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I don't even think that's in his character. I don't even see him.
Nah, he doing the right thing. Come in, Nella. Shout out to Nella D2 and Ebony J.
Yes,
and
Ebony
Vadar,
J too.
Vadar, Ebony J.
Yeah, it's a lot of folks doing a lot of things, and we shout these folks out, man, because we want our city to win. And I know we go hard on the politics of the entertainment, the pitfalls of what we see and what with this and that, but we only point that out so you'll take that into consideration when you sign that big deal. You know what I'm saying? When they come at you with that, so you already know ahead of time. Like I tell folks, and a person today, I tell you like this, and I hope that they get this message when you tell them to watch this part of the video. Skylar, Juicy, whoever else signing record deals.
Don't sign shit.
Don't leave the 360 alone unless they not fucking with your touring money or your merchandise.
I ain't signing shit.
If they want to give you freaking advance, go ahead and get the advance. But on top of the advance, I won't. Go ahead and spend it.
I wouldn't.
Because regroup it. But what I'm saying is, me purposing doing contracts, go ahead and have a signing bonus. A signing bonus indicates that you are really interested in me and I don't have to recoup this money. The signing bonus is non-recoupable.
You mean you don't have to repay no shit? That's
a
how
bonus,
TLC got broke.
A bonus with the difference between a bonus and advancement, we playing sports. That's why I'm trying to tell these guys we playing sports. So go ahead and get you a signing bonus. You want me to sign this 5-album deal? I don't even think they do that no more. I don't know what they doing no more. But you understand what I'm saying to say? Don't make sense.
Yeah. I feel like right now a lot of these kids and people that's new to music or whatever, they really need to learn the business of it because they think shit is sweet. They think like you said, you would get advanced and you said, nah, that's recoupable. You in the red until you pay that back with interest.
Interest.
That's what I was saying. Like the TLC shit where they thought they was set. And then that shit hit them in the ass because they weren't really paying attention. They weren't paying attention to the technicalities.
Yeah, they didn't go over the paperwork, and and it's good business to take advantage of people like that, which is sad, but it is like
Because I know
they
you want
trying
the
to get
money.
the
You
most
gonna
out of
do.
their money, just like you trying to get the most out of them. But the only difference is that they paying attention, you're not.
You're not. So
So
signing a
I mean,
$100,000 deal or a
that shit,
$250,000 deal, and you got
yeah,
you got two
Hey,
videos,
Grizz.
you got a studio that you paying for top notch, and they're gonna write this stuff off. And you being an engineer, you could relate to not that you would do any type of practices like that, but I'm sure you heard of practices like that of boosting the fee to do record this, that, and the third. The budget be bigger than the recoupment.
Yeah.
So your
Yeah.
ass is damn showing the
Your ass is
red.
grass.
And that's what happened that's what's happening with a lot of artists. Like he said,
Because the person just
it's
hear
good
the amount,
business
though.
to do bad business.
'Cause what
that
they
sound
do-
crazy.
But you
that's
gotta
crazy.
understand.
But it is
Somebody
like
feel. Go ahead.
I explained this to somebody. I was like, you want to sell a nickel and get 50, or you want to sell a nickel and get $5? That's how they looking at it.
Right.
So if you don't know no better, they gonna definitely try to get the most out of you. You better make sure you pay the little, that little extra fee to get that contract read over. Don't get gassed and sign that shit early.
Early.
And then be
Relax
turning
on
around crying
stupid.
about it later. Like, go spend a little money, get it read over, get your shit, you get that shit, send it back. If they interested, you could play tennis with these people. You can send it back, they send it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get this shit together.
Like
And that's
buying
what
a
I want to
house.
say to the girls right now that's on the cliff for this. Man, I hope they got the right people in the corners with them, because this is a pivotal moment. A pivotal moment. It's like you gonna go to the basket and do a dunk, layup, or you gonna shoot an air
3
ball.
point.
So right now is the time to have the right coaches in your ear, so you don't become like somebody that I wanted to have on the show, but I'm not even gonna mention their names or situation. But shout out to that sister. I don't want these girls to go what that sister went through back in the day, getting on with industry people.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. We'll let them talk about whenever they feel like and ready to talk about it.
Talking about the OTR clip.
I'm not talking about nothing but what I'm talking about. So,
I just
Mr.
asked
Mike
him.
Toombs, I appreciate you coming on to the show today, man. I wanted to get
Thank
that
you.
done with.
Actually-
Not from here, but you from here. You done made this home, and you
This
done
nigga here.
put it down for a lot of artists here. So we appreciate that, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. I love to see this shit.
And
That's
we
what's
will
up.
want you back too, because I know it's gonna be a part 2, because you got way more information than we even discovered in this interview, and I know it could go way deeper.
Like I said, I love this shit. Yeah, I'm just let me know I'm here for y'all. Man.
Nah, for real, because I feel like we need to do a part 2 with you. This is just the basics. I feel like we just covered the basic steps of like how you got here, where you're from,
Right.
why you believe in what you believe in. But then I want the other version of like, I want you to go in. I want you to like tell
Yeah,
like your whole truth.
What you mean? What
No,
he didn't do?
It go deeper. He know a lot.
Can you please help me with this?
Man,
Hey, man,
what?
play that for her.
Thank
'Cause
you.
What is this?
This is what I be saying. Like,
See, now, why
I don't get no motherfucking respect.
She knew you been coming on this goddamn show.
I'm Rick James, bitch. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Hold on, ain't no
I'm
bitch
Rick
over
James,
here.
bitch.
Ain't no bitches
Rick
over
James.
here. Ain't
Hey,
no
thank
bitches
you.
over here. You know what?
Here he go.
You know what? This shit went left, but we gonna get out
Why
of
he
here
ain't helping me?
like every day, like
I
we
was
always
positive.
say, man. Don't be stuck on stupid and relaxed on dumb. We'll check
Thank
you
you,
out.
Mike. We appreciate you. He don't listen to me.
Hey, man. You don't cut that bullshit out.
Listen to me.
Station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grizz Biz, my 2 cents.
This shit ain't magic, this ain't no acting. None of my ways to dodge the gas. Racing the streets, no damn the best. And fuck it for spree, I'm still gon' tax.